And hello guys, welcome back again to another Jeep. So today we have a Sarge Green Sport 4-door 3.6 litre GCC spec. Again, we love playing around with the sports because we can remove everything and anything without feeling too bad about it. Sarge Green 3.6 litre lift kit. Lift kit, we've done a 3.5 inch Vertex full suspension. The springs, the connectors, the track bar, all comes as a full set, raises up to 3.5 inch lift kit. We've also added a body lift, so spacers, to add a little bit more height onto the vehicle through the body, 1.5 inch. Today we have special fenders. These are custom made fenders, high, so you get enough clearance. But the trick here is that we've made them a lot wider than the usual. Now, this car in specific is going to Europe. And in Europe, you should not have the tire sticking way too much outside the body of the vehicle. So we've customized these fenders to allow more width to cover the tires as much as possible. And therefore, they shouldn't have issues anymore. Custom made, coated with Line-X, has the light, both white LED and DRL for indication. Because we've got the high fenders, obviously there's going to be a lot more clearance. We've added the aluminium Jeepers Edition inner liner fenders, black with chrome mesh. Tires today are a little different than the usual. Tires today we have fuel tires. In terms of size, it's the 325 by 60 R20. 20-inch rims, Jeepers Edition. This is the spiky version. I've mentioned in other videos that we have 3 different versions of the Jeepers in 20-inch, and this is one of them. In terms of treading, this is more road suited, but also good for off-roading and gives you a balance of both. This is not to say that it will not make any noise on the road. It is a Jeep, they're massive tires, they've got a little bit more aggressive treading in comparison to 80 tires, but gives you a balance of both. We've got the Rubicon front bumper, full length, color-coded hooks, top and bottom in orange, added the extra bar on top to mount the lights, 2 7-inch lights, gives you both white DRL and white LED and amber DRL. You've got the X-Bull winch sitting into the bumper, right? Now, if you want to remove the ends to get a stubby look, you can do. We've got the Avenger, the Monster bonnet on here. It's got the height on the top, it's got the opening in the front, and then it's also got what I like to call shark fins on the sides. Electric side steps, absolutely amazing. You close the door, shuts down. Open the door, comes back down. Much easier in and out, especially if you are someone that wears suits, let's say, jeans. You've got a lady that wants to go in and out, whether heels, skirts, and so on. Parents and children. Because it goes much lower than the original step. Original step would sit about here. This comes down much lower. Very convenient. It's one single board, 3 latches for extra support. Yes, more than one person can step on it at the same time. Over here, we've got the side marker light. This indicates as amber when you indicate. You can set it up as 2 settings, either that it indicates with the indicator, or you can have it running DRL amber all the time when the car is running. LED lights on the headlights, fog light, and tail light. We've got the rubber antenna. It looks much better than the original metal, long, thin, that keeps bouncing around when you're driving. You've got the capper lights on the sides as well, matching the front, but in a smaller size with a flat bracket to keep it nice and neat. No need to add that, extra big weight looking bracket. For this specific Jeep, you've got the signature lines of Jeepers in orange on the front grille. You can see it from miles away, catch it all the time. In the back, you've got the chrome dual exhaust sitting. Now, because this car has big tires, there are 2 things installed along with it on the spare tire. On the rear door, you've got the Rugged Ridge heavy-duty tire carrier, and it comes with a hinge casting to take up the weight, the extra weight that's been added due to the spare tire. And because it's quite big, what happens is, if I mount it in its original position, it will sit a little lower and it will kind of hit the bumper depending on the size of the tire, and at the same time the rear sensors will continue to beep because it will sense the tire because it sits too close to it. So we add a spare tire relocation to lift it slightly higher, sits better, doesn't hit anything, sensors won't beep. Let's go inside. Now, before I sit, leather seats. We do leather seats all the time. This time, the design on them in the center is different. Now, this was done upon customer request. Orange leather seats with green stitching with the pattern in the center and the pattern in green stitching as well. Like we always do, front seats, rear seats, center console, door panels. Carabotter dashboard. Beautiful, as always. You can never go wrong with the aesthetics of this. We've paired it with the AC vents. That kind of looks like the Mercedes AC vents, which gives it more of a luxury look. Carbon fiber steering wheel, love it. Green with green stitching, so it matches the overall in terms of the exterior color and the stitching on the leather seats. We've got the pedal commander, amazing. I think every Jeep must have a pedal commander in it because the throttle response is just instant. You can increase it, you can decrease it, you can turn it off completely, so you have full control over the pedal commander. You don't always have to have it on if it's not something you're comfortable with. And people don't understand that it's not just you set it once and that's it. No, you can set it to the extreme that you want, and when you're off-roading versus on-road, it's also different settings that you should use. Everyone has a different preference, so go with what you're comfortable with in terms of how high you go in sensitivity. We've added the switch panel on the top, also in Line-X. You've got 6 switches, controls all the lights, and also controls the kill switch. We've added a kill switch on the car, so when you off-road, it disables the traction control and the ABS like it should, to give you that full performance effect. We've also added the front and rear ring and pinion. Now, this is not something I can truly just show you on the car, but because we've gone and added massive tires, big rims, it's adding a lot more weight. So the gear doesn't change properly and to the maximum of 8 gears the way it should. We've re-geared it to 4.56 front and rear ring and pinion, gives you much better power, much better stability and control on the vehicle. Performance is just completely different. I know not everybody does it, but if you are able to and you do have a build as such, you should, because the car will completely change. So this is what we have for today. Let us know what you think. If you've got different ideas of things you want to see, products, cars, looks, let us know in the comments, and we're more than happy to go ahead and shoot more videos and answer your questions. Let us know about what you think about these tires, because you don't see them very often, and the entire build at a complete build together. And again, it's not a Jeep, it's not a Jeepers edition. We'll see you guys next time.